This is 8 News Now at 6:30.
You know, we've been talking about CES all week. The Consumer Electronics Show did not actually begin in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it actually started in New York City about 50 years ago. 8 News Now anchor Dave Cavassier has the story of someone who's been there since the beginning.
Paul and Christiane, we all know him affectionately as Dr. Frank. If you were watching Good Day this morning on Channel 8, you'd recognize him because he always does a segment on our news during CES on the latest trends. And he's been doing it for a long time. Here's some footage of me interviewing Dr. Frank on TV in 1986. Please, no comments. This was 30 years ago, okay? Anyway, Frank explained to us how the convention came to Las Vegas from Chicago.
They had the show in Chicago. Chicago was always cold. It was in January. It's terrible.
Sure.
And so it was probably about 10 degrees outside. And with the wind chill in Chicago, the wind off that lake was like minus 10.
Wow.
So nobody came. Everybody stayed in their hotel rooms. So he said to the board, hey, we got to do something about it. And he said, why don't we try Vegas?
Good move. By the way, yesterday CES honored Dr. Frank and 3 others who've been with CES since the start 50 years ago, and that is really an achievement. Now, early this morning, Dr. Frank brought some of his favorite gadgets from CES this year to the Channel 8 studios. He was with the Good Day team to show them off.
We've, of course, been talking about CES all week long. Today's the official opening day, celebrating its 50th anniversary.
And our resident tech expert, Dr. Frank, was honored last night. He's attended every single CES since it started in New York City back in 1967. Celebrating 50 years, Dr. Frank is just one of the many couple to do so.
Yeah, just a handful of people who were recognized. And after toasting to the celebration last night, Dr. Frank is starting, of course, his day with us here bright and early, and we love it when he joins us back in studio.
I love coming. You guys are great. We always have fun.
We
educate our viewers. We have a good time.
Yeah, but 50 years.
50 years.
Goodness.
Dr. Frank, tell us, how has it changed from 1967 to today?
Well, the big thing back then when we went to the show was color television. It was just breaking. And people were going, oh, wow, color TV?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
And we take so much for granted.
Unbelievable.
There's so much technology in our lives, and it continues to change our lives, which is good. And I think the key here is that everybody has to realize that in every facet of life, whether it's medicine, whether it's in the studio here, we all deal with technology daily. And it's great.
Live from ABC 7, this is Eyewitness News.
For more on CES, we are joined by Dr. Frank. And what was the coolest thing you saw at CES? I know you said in the commercial that you've been going for decades.
Oh yeah, over 55 years I've been going to the CES. Phenomenal show, one of the best in the world, and it's a lot of fun and you learn a lot, which is great. So what I found is something called 32 North. Deep Optics is the name of the company, and it's sunglasses to reading glasses. So I think you probably know that anybody 45 years or older, which is a lot of us, they deal with basically, the ability not to be able to see close up. So it's the world's first only adaptive focus sunglasses. It progresses from sunglass to reading glass with a swipe on the temple, which is so cool. And it switches from far vision to near vision. It comes in a classic style in 4 different colors, and it solves the problem of presbyopia, which is the ability to focus on nearby objects, which affects, as I said, people over 45 years of age. $4.99 and available from 32northglasses.com. Very cool.
Yeah, that is cool, Dr. Frank, and I could use a pair. CES.
I know, we all. Go ahead.
CES always has the newest televisions. What's the future of TV look like?
Well, it's interesting, because currently OLED is probably the best TV on the market that you can purchase. It's very bright, very sharp, high black levels, and it's come down in price quite a bit too. And there's also mini LED, which we'll talk about, and also DV LED. So these technologies are very interesting. The thing behind it is what the manufacturers are looking to do: brighter, sharper, clearer picture, and larger screen sizes. That's what we're looking at. And what you're looking at now is LG introduced at the show a 97-inch OLED, which is unbelievable. It's just stunning, the quality of the picture, the size, and so forth. Deeper blacks, as I mentioned. But mini LED is coming around the corner, and I want our viewers to hear these words and understand them. And also DV LED, which is direct view LED. Direct view LED will give you a picture, now listen to this, up to 325 inches installed in your home.
That is incredible.
Wow.
Okay, Dr. Frank, let's move to electric vehicles. That's my favorite. We hear there's going to be a tsunami of new EVs, so tell us more about that.
Absolutely. Yeah, there is going to be a tsunami, and I want our audience to know that electric vehicles, as they're developing, every one of them will have some form of autonomous driving. So you're looking at Zeekr. This is a level 4 autonomous car, which is due out in 2024. Intel and Mobileye are working with Zeekr to launch the car. And level 4 is the highest automation available with true self-driving technology. This thing will drive by itself. You can sit there and never even touch the steering wheel, which is pretty crazy. And then Mercedes-Benz also showed their Vision X, which I believe we have some video of as well. And basically, it's the EQXX, and it has a range. Now, listen to this. Anybody that has range anxiety, they're going to want this car 620 miles,
Wow.
John and Rachel, without a charge.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
incredible.
Yeah.
You really see the blending between technology and electronics and cars now, Doctor. Talk about the top prizes. Was something awarded a top prize this year?
Yes, there were several award-winning products at CES. I mean, there's quite a few. I've been a judge for many years for the CES Innovation Awards, and in our business, it's like an Oscar. And of course, two of the products that we had on Black Friday, Juki 2 streaming Wi-Fi music story speaker for children, that won the CES Innovation Award. Great product because it doesn't have a screen, which I really love, and the kids have to become more engaged. They have to actually get involved and understand and learn from these things. And then the LG OLED that we showed earlier, the G2 4K TV, was one of the winners as well. And of course, they won a ton of awards, as did many of the other major manufacturers. And then the last product that we had also on was Fusion for Home by SureCall. This is a cell phone booster that you basically can install yourself or have professional installation. But great products, and they're all award winners. And the benefit of this is they can put that information on their packaging and basically really get a lot of mileage out of it. But they earn that. That's a really good yardstick of where we are with products in the consumer electronics industry.
Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah, so much happening in the world of technology. Dr. Frank, thanks so much for coming on.
We'd love to be with you guys. Thanks for having me on again.